Hi all, and welcome to a long overdue Feed the Beast episode. I'd like to apologise, my health has not been great and I have not been up to recording. But I have still been playing games, however, so I've got a lot of progress to show you guys. I'd also like to give you the quick tour for this episode, as I was wondering if you guys would like this world to download. If you do, just let me know in the comments below. Right, so moving swiftly onwards, if you did watch some of the old Feed the Beast episodes, you may remember this is where my old house used to be. As you can probably see, what I have done is I've moved a load of villagers into this old house, using a portal gun and a gravity gun, and I've just started putting as many little rooms and doors in here as possible. Because we all know how much villagers love doors, and somehow whatever goes on behind those doors ends up making some babies, so, you know, who knows, we'll leave them up to it. Right, here I've still got some mushroom fields that I really barely use. I'll probably end up moving those eventually. I'll definitely end up moving the sugarcane back to being an automatic farm eventually. This building here will be destroyed as it serves no purpose anymore. And I have moved into this base over here, which is far from finished. I've been focusing more on getting some stuff up and running than finishing the actual base itself. But I'll be giving you a bit of a tour so you know where everything is, just in case you do want to download it, and also to let you know where I'm up to for future videos purpose. Right here we have a Steve Cart's wheat farm. It works much the same as the wood farm, so I won't go into too much detail unless you guys ask me to make a separate video on it. Right, so moving on into the base, and the first room you come into is the Mistcraft and portal room. Got the Mistcraft stuff just here, Nether portal, Twilight Forest portal, 2 random cakes. Temporary bird cage, which I believe's only got 1 bird left in it now because they was killing themselves on the micro blocks. I tried to build like a little climbing frame for them, which kind of worked. They were climbing all over it, but it seemed that they kept suffocating themselves. Because if I can actually target this 1 bird, I can't quite get close enough. I'm going to have to fly in through the little entrance I've got up top. You'll see that they only actually have 1 hit point. So not great. I'm going to have to think about that a lot when I do finally make my large animal area. I think I've shown you these animals over here, guys, but yeah, I've started to store animals for when I do make my animal area. How did you 2 villagers get in there? I'll have to move those later. Right. Here I have my head collection. I believe that I've got all of the heads that you can get now. Hydra head was obviously the hardest one to get because that's quite a tough battle. It's not so bad when you're wearing power armor and using the power tool, especially with this new railgun that they've added in the new Ultimate Pack, which is available from the launcher, but only as like a testing version. Soon there's going to be the proper version available in the launcher. I believe from when I last read about it, it's going to be in the next couple of days, rather. Right here, I've got a load of blaze rods. I'll show you where they're coming from later. A few of you may have remembered I started building an area downstairs. That's no longer there. I'm not sure if I ever even showed you that area, but it doesn't really matter because it's gone now. Right here I have just some blue electric furnaces that I've got set up. This is also attached to a couple more blue electric furnaces off to the right in that room there, which I'll show you later on. And these are just for quick access if I just need to do some quick smelting. Through here we have a Zycraft tank full of water, and at the back there's some Zycraft water blocks, so it refills itself when you take some water out. You just put some buckets in, or sails, or whatever you want. Down here is a unfinished room, and these barrels are just where I've started to organise all of my Enchanted Books. These two, that's the main problem with this railgun, by the way, guys. It's got a lot of kickback on it, so you've got to be careful with it. And I've got a load of Enchanted Books in these two chests that I still need to sort out. I'll show you where all these Enchanted Books are coming from later. They are, just to show you in here at this end, if I take this wood block away, they're coming in from the bottom, from this end of the chest here, and moving up through that pipe with the gate on it. I'll show you the other end, where the other end of the chest is, a bit later in the video. Other than that, this room doesn't really serve much of a purpose, other than this blast furnace and these two coke ovens, and obviously I've got this tank here for some creosote oil. Moving onwards into this room, this is my new storage room. I've kind of tried to go for this jazzy mixed wood ceiling. It needs a lot of work still, but I think it's quite a nice effect. I started to add in barrels for most things. It's actually a automated storage system because it's all sorted using this router with 2 upgrades. It's got speed boost and bandwidth. You can see some stuff coming in from the quarry now every so often, but it's going through rather quickly. That comes in through this item tesseract there. At the moment, because I don't have barrels for everything, by the way, these barrels don't need to be connected with any pipes or anything, guys. You just need to put the barrels next to each other. In the corners, so like behind here, there's just some extra barrels with some cobblestone in, just to work as a connection to keep the storage going through the room. So literally, the items that go through this route go all the way around to here. And at the moment, a lot of it's ending up in these chests. Now, these chests wouldn't usually be here, but because it's connected up to a quarry, and I don't have it sorted for every item yet, it's going into here, and as you can see, a lot of the cobblestone is going into these chests. And I could do with emptying some of this right now, so I'll do that while I'm talking about it. It must have found a dungeon of some sort, which is rather interesting. Bit of a shame that I didn't find that, because I might have been able to use the spawner for something, but it's not a problem. There's plenty more dungeons, and you can make spawners and feed the beast. It's found some rather interesting stuff. Yeah, I have to empty those out after this video. I've got the storage upgrades on some of these chests to keep. What's happening because I've got these chests is cobblestone goes in, some of it's going into the barrels, but how it would work is some are going to that barrel, then some are going to that barrel, and then the next one will go into one of those chests, then one of those chests, one of those chests, and then back to the barrels, and they go round and round and round. And that's why I was saying eventually these chests won't be here, and it'll all end up going into the barrels. So just letting you know how this system works, guys. All this up the top is just scaffolding, which is great because you can climb around it like it's ladders. It's very useful stuff. I might do some stuff with that in the future to show you some more of the uses, guys. Through here is my temporary power plant, and everything is powered by my Steve Cart's wood farm. And it was more or less an experiment to see how much power I could possibly get out of this wood farm. Now, the apples just go into this barrel, and I empty that every so often. That's not important. All the logs go into these 3 blue electric furnaces, which are just attached to the same solar panels as these ones. And then they're pumped through, and I'll show you where all that charcoal goes in a second. And the saplings go along at this one. I'll show you where they go. Right, so the charcoal goes to 3 places. Some of it goes across here into here to refuel the cart. But as you can see, the main problem with the system at the moment is it's still producing way more charcoal than I can actually use up. So I can still get a lot more power out of this thing, and I will be eventually. the amount of power that this can generate is pretty insane, as I'm probably not even using half of its capacity so far. Alright, some more of the charcoal goes over here, and I'll cover all this up and make it all neater at a later date, guys, if you're wondering why it looks so rough. And this is just my ore processing room. I've got a rock crusher at the end here, and this can crush multiple ores at the same time, which is rather useful. If I put this iron ore in there now, you'll see it, and it just gets crushed and then added over there. It's very pretty cool thing indeed, and that's just all getting powered by these steam engines at the back. Get fed by those charcoal, and I've got all kinds of other, you know, ore processing, pulverizers, furnaces, etc. in here. The rest of the charcoal, which, as you can see, as I said before, way too much charcoal in the system, is getting looped round to feed these Stirling engines whenever they get empty. And as you can see, there's quite a few of these Stirling engines. The Stirling engines, in turn, are then powering these fermenters, and the only thing about this system that's not fully automated yet is that the fermenters need to be refilled with compost, which looks like a couple of them are empty right about now. I've got plenty of compost, so I'll do that after the video. So the fermenters turn the saplings, which are pumped in from over here, as I said before, and they turn them into biomass, and the biomass goes into the biogas engines, and the biogas engines power these magma crucibles, and the magma crucibles are fed by igneous extruders. Well, this is a lot of multiple syllable words here, guys. And in turn, the magma crucibles power the geothermal generators, which give me my EU, and a lot of my MJ power comes from here and goes into this energy tesseract, which I'm using to power quarries and things. There's also 2 redstone energy cells there for some MJ storage. I've also got this additional magma crucible in the end, which is getting fed with netherrack to produce lava. And this is because I'm low on tin. If you guys have got any tips at all on how I can get some more tin, it'd be really greatly appreciated. At the moment I'm using it like this to get myself some tin. So the lava goes into here, and the industrial centrifuge turns it into tungsten, electrum, tin and copper, which is very useful, but it's not exactly the fastest process. I've got a MFSU here, which as you can see, it's barely getting drained, and there's MFEs and bat boxes and everything else along here, all kinds of different machines. This new plate bending machine, guys, again, that's part of the new GregTech update there. It's a bit of a pain, but once you got it set up, it's fair enough. It's just, it keeps making the recipes for things more and more complex. It's like the whole thing, I need UU matter to make the next level of solar panels, and that's just annoying as can be, because I don't have a UU matter set up yet, and I can't have a UU matter set up yet because I haven't got enough iridium yet, but I'm working on that. Right here I've got an industrial blast furnace, and at the moment I'm just using that to make silicon plates for solar panels. In fact, if I show you what I do have set up for my solar panels and scrap production for when I do get UU matter on the go, it's just up here. And basically it's just igneous extruders again, making infinite cobblestone being fed into recyclers. And then the recyclers turn some of the cobblestone into scrap, and the scrap gets pumped along here. If I sleep to make it daytime, you'll see it in action. It's actually rather fast when it's all up and running. Almost went the wrong way then. As you can see, a great big hole in the roof is a bit of a problem. I will be fixing it at some point. Alright, let's give these a chance to get up and running, but yeah, here's all of my solar panels, which is more than I need at the moment, but they're just there for when I expand this in the future, and hopefully I'll be able to upgrade some of these eventually. I've started to get some iridium together using platinum, but as I said, UU matter is the thing that's holding me back now, so I need to get some more iridium to be able to make the UU matter. And the scrap production started up now, and as you can see, there's quite a steady stream of scrap that goes into this chest, and that uses these new Zycraft blocks called the fabricators, which are fantastic. And they can pull from an inventory near them to make whichever recipe you have in here. And they make scrap boxes, which are unpacked by the scrap boxinator. Because I'm using this like I used in my old Feed the Beast world, guys. You remember I set it up as a random item generator, and that's basically what it's doing for now, to have a purpose for the scrap at the moment. So sometimes this unpacks scrap again, so basically, although you're putting 9 scrap in to make a scrap box, sometimes all you get out of it is 1 scrap, and that just gets pumped straight back around into the chest. A lot of other stuff is filtered out here, mainly wooden stuff and rotten flesh, and then the rest ends up in this chest. And as you can see, this has generated some pretty cool stuff. We've got 3 diamonds here, 4 emeralds, 1 platinum dust, which, you know, I wish there was more platinum dust, but it's good enough. All kinds of useful stuff in here, like these advanced circus parts, and cables come in very useful. You go through tons of those. All the different powders are useful for different reasons. So yeah, I do. If you want to get your scrap production up and going before you have a way of making UU matter, because the mass fabricator doesn't work, thanks to Greg again, and you've got to wait until you can make a matter fabricator, which is very expensive, then get your scrap production up and running early and change it into a random item generator like this, just to get yourself some extra nice stuff. If you guys want a video explaining more about how this works, how you can improve it and everything else, then let me know, because I will be improving this system over time, tidying it up, making it faster, etc. Should note that these recyclers work so fast because they all have, except from that one because I've only just added that recycler, they all have at least 3 or 4 overclocker upgrades in them, which make them work incredibly fast, as you can see, because not every piece of cobblestone creates scrap. While I'm up here, I may as well show you the other side of a roof. And I have a large blue electricity solar array here, and that's just for another source of MJ, which I can use to power some stuff. It goes through a separate channel for the energy tesseracts. Over here, this is where I'm getting all my Enchanted Books from. And this is just like the XP gathering sort of system that I used before, but it's got a turtle with a book. It has 75 levels currently, because it's run out of books and the program's ended. But if I just show you the program, basically it attacks, it prints its level to tell you how many levels it's got. It sucks in books from the ender chest, takes one, puts the rest back, and then enchants them, basically. Enchants the one it's got, and then puts that into the ender chest and rinses and repeats. If you want a tutorial on how these programs work and everything, guys, then let me know. If you make sure you save it as startup, then it will start every time you start the game, so you don't have to type it in like I had to type it in for my old XP gatherer. These just start up automatically now. Although it looks like they're not really running anything, they are. They will attack the blaze when the system's turned on. There's just a level 5 soul cage in there. As you can see, they're getting attacked by the turtles, and that would be gaining experience if it was up and running, but it's not, because as I said, this ender chest has run out of books. I need to get some more leather together, A leather farm is something I need to work on, but I'm not too keen on slaughtering lots of animals, but you know, I've got to learn to deal with that. Down here, and it's just outside where I've got all of my industrial craft sort of set up. Actually, if I show you downstairs first in here, I've got this little mob farm, and basically I use this for several purposes. At the moment I'm using it to gather gunpowder, so I've got it set up with creepers, and as you can see it's got quite a lot of gunpowder together for me already. It's using the portal high energy pellet launchers with a timer at the back there that goes off every so few seconds to fire another bunch of pellets. That destroys the creepers, and then the creepers drop their drops, and they get sucked up by the obsidian pipes and pumped into the barrels. Very simple system. Pretty cheap little mob farm. It's just something I use for farming items when I need them. So moving back out to this room here, this is another new room that I've just set up. I've got an ME system over here that I've just started using, and that's just being powered by this energy tesseract here. I've got a pre-formatter there, that's for formatting disks. This ME system's rather complex, so I'd probably have to do a whole video explaining it, or you could just look up someone else's Spotlight or something. But basically, anything that's along in this system that's connected all together, I can access from any of these terminals. So if I just take out one redstone for now, for instance, and say I did have some redstone in my hands, and I clicked on there, it'll tell me how many I've got left in the system, which is 88, and if I click on it again with an empty hand, that'll show you none left. I use this just for crafting machine parts at the moment. Just basic, mainly just for crafting more of this ME stuff. I was going to use this to store absolutely everything, because this can store an insane amount. At the moment I've only just got this one 64k storage in it, which is the biggest one, but as you can see you can fit loads more in. And I could put more of these drives on there, so you could store everything in a tiny amount of space, but I just like accessing stuff from the barrels, so for now I'm just going to use this as like a machine crafting system. There's like an automatic crafting thing that you can add to this, and I will do at some point. At the end here is my tinker table for my power armor. I do have chests as well, I just don't have them at the moment because I've got a jetpack. I did have an advanced electric jetpack, but I lost it to lava. I need to make a new one, so I've just got this one now, and I've just put some protection and unbreaking on it, and that just gives me an extra bit of armor. And right here I have my assembly table set up, and as you can see I've got rather a lot of lasers going into it, so it created that gate extremely quickly, and then the gates just go into this chest. So that's a rather useful little system to have. Out the back here I've got this little platform which I just use for making dark iron ingots, and I've got a load of cacti that I've got growing until I get my automatic farm up and going for those. Tree and bee breeding going on here right now. Got some unique trees like this one right now, and this jungle tree is unique. Just trying to get some different trees. That's why they're also packed in close to each other, because I'm crossbreeding them with each other. Got loads of apiaries on the go, and all of these machines here are getting powered by those blue electric panels up there. And it's just carpenters and squeezers and centrifuge. Just trying to get some more of these silk wisps at the moment to make some of the apiarist clothing to protect me from the bee effects. In there's all my bee storage, and then I've got like just all the random junk I've pulled together while I've been out here working on tree breeding. I do have some more hives around the place in different biomes and things, but I won't show you those right now, guys. what I will do is I'll head back inside, and I'll just show you that right now there's 2 portals set up. This one will take you into the ME and assembler room, and the other one will take you to my new filmcraft area, but I will have to sleep yet again. This video is ending up to be a lot longer than I originally planned, but all the better for you guys, hopefully. So this is my new filmcraft building, and I say new because it's barely even started on the building. If I show you out the front, it's starting to look quite nice. That's another thing I'm working on in the background there, but I'll show you that in a minute, guys. So this is where I do all my filmcraft stuff now. Pretty basic. Just some of the stuff I use for research in there and there. Research table, crucible. This thing that I cannot remember the name of, but basically it stores some of the essence so you don't get as much flux in the air. Right there, as you can see, I've got the top level wand. It's the wand of the Thaumaturge. You actually need a Nether Star to make. Killing Nethers with this new railgun thing that they've just added in the new ultimate pack is it's pretty easy to kill a Wither now. Pretty easy indeed. So I've just been farming those because I did have a level 5 Wither Skeleton Soul Shard, but I didn't know when you destroyed the Wither Skeleton Soul Shards that you get a Skeleton Shard in return, which is not great. So I need to make another one of those at some point so I can go back to farming with skeletons. Over here is a tree that I've started to work on. As you can see, it's got all the roots and everything. It's going to take a long time to get it looking the way I want it to look. Plus it's going to be a lot taller and everything. And in here is just going to be a basic little area. Nice little island in the middle, and there's going to be a rail system going up and around all over the place. So I've got some stuff in here for that and some launcher tracks. This thing here, this Emperor's Chalice, highly recommended thing to build. It's basically an infinite water source, so if you can see I've just emptied it out, but there's still stuff in there, and you can just do that all day unless you drink it and then actually empty out. So I don't recommend drinking it. Just fill those 2 holes back in. So yeah, basically eventually there's going to be a nice sort of walkway through here to come into this big tree, and it's going to look great, hopefully. Right now I've just randomly placed logs all around the bottom here, deliberately, completely at random, and that's just for the basis of getting a randomized root system, and then the roots are going to come out all over the place and go underground and everything. So yeah, if you do have any ideas for this big tree project, let me know, guys. I was thinking about using it as the animal area, but I think I'm going to need something bigger than that for the animals eventually. And right now I've got all these little quarry holes over here that I've got set up, and this is the one I've got running currently. You can see that it's incredibly fast because it's set up to running from my power plant, and that's just being powered here through this energy tesseract. As you can see, it's overly fast, so it's got this loop of gold pipes to make sure it doesn't overflow and items fly out all over the place. I need a better solution for that really, but it works for now, and then they just go into this item tesseract and back to the storage room. And to be honest, guys, it may not seem like a lot, but that is more or less it for now. So just let me know in the comments below what kind of videos you want to see now I'm back. Do you want to download this map? What I should work on next in this map? Should it be the animal area? Should I do more work on this base? Because I want to do some of the work on camera now, make this more of a let's play sort of thing. And you know, just any general feedback you guys have, suggestions, requests, etc. I'm always open. And take care all, and keep crafting. Thanks. Leave me a like if you can, it really does help a lot. Thanks guys, bye.